Hey guys, this is Andre, back with another video. Atlantic Ocean. Okay guys, today I want to talk about my last day working in the system. What was my last day working in the system? Actually, it wasn't my last day working in the system. It was maybe one of my last days. But then I've been in the system again a little bit, but not too much. But maybe it's a sign that I shouldn't make this video. Okay, but I'm gonna make it anyway. So, I was living in Amsterdam and I was working. I had the job like a delivery guy, like a food delivery guy on a bicycle, on an electric bicycle. I was delivering food in Amsterdam and it was a lot of fun, especially in summer. I loved that job. It was one of my favorite jobs. You were riding through Amsterdam on an electric bicycle. I had headphones in my ears listening to my favorite music. And I just love that job. Amsterdam is a really, really beautiful city, especially in summer. So many interesting streets and people and all the channels, canals, and so many interesting people. It's very international. It has a very nice vibe. Even though it's a big international city, it kind of has like this relaxed, chill, small town vibe, And it's just such a beautiful city. And you go to different restaurants to pick up food, and you're going to give it to different customers, and every time you see different people, you deliver to different people, different customers, different food. It's just such an interesting job, and it's also like an action, like you go on your bicycle and you try to find the fastest way. And after some time I really got to know Amsterdam quite well, especially the central part, and I knew my own ways, and it was just amazing, But then the winter came, and I can say, when it's -2 and it's in the same time it's raining, it's snowing, and you get a hailstorm, and it's super freaking windy, okay, that all this stuff, all the rain and all the hailstorm and all the snow goes directly in your face and on your body, and even though you have really good clothes and gloves, you feel super wet and super cold, and you do this for 8 hours. Man, that moment I was questioning my own existence and the meaning of life, and I was asking myself, why do we have to suffer so much? And I was cursing the company, I was cursing the city, I was cursing myself, I was cursing the God. I mean, that it was very, very uncomfortable, and it was I really didn't like it. And it was probably one of my last days in Amsterdam, honestly. This day particular, like I remember, it was -2, even more, like -4. And it was literally, I was like, what the fuck is this weather? Because it was literally at the same time. And if you've been to Netherlands in winter, you know that this can actually happen. Hailstorm, snow, and rain at the same time. And really strong wind, which always changes direction. So no matter which way you go, it's always gonna blow against you. And I was on a bicycle. And it was just terrible. And it's dark also. It's pitch dark because the sun goes down at almost 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the evening. You have no sunshine. Winter in Netherlands is quite hard, especially for a bicycle food delivery worker. So that was one of my last days. Why am I saying this? I don't really know. After that, I found a job as a volunteer on a farm, and it was really one of the best things. I have never done a volunteering before in my life, and honestly, it was one of the best things I have ever done for my mental health, like genuinely. One of the best things I have ever done for my mental health was to do volunteering work, to live like a volunteer for a while. Through Workaway. I don't know if you know Workaway. It's like this web page where you can find volunteering jobs. And I actually had a friend who was already working on one farm in Belgium. And I was telling him about my struggles in Netherlands. he also used to be a delivery driver in Amsterdam, and he told me, look, come to this farm. Okay, it's like a volunteer project. You work few hours here, and you work with the animals, you work on a house, you live with the different people. There's people from all around the world, different ages, different nationalities, and we all live together and work together and spend free time together. It's pretty cool. And at the first I wasn't sure. I wasn't really sure about it at all. And even though when I decided to go there and I went there, for my last moments before I actually entered the place, I was regretting my decision. I thought, man, I should have stayed in Amsterdam. I should have kept my job and just pushed through it, But then it was one of the best things I've ever done. I was there like 1 month, I think, on this farm, maybe 1 month and a half. And it was absolutely amazing. I felt like I could finally relax when I was out of the system. I felt like I could finally relax, like my mind can focus on something else than just surviving. And I made amazing connections with the other volunteers who were working there, because when you work with the same people, cook with the same people, live with the same people, the bond is very strong. And even though I knew some of the people just for 2 weeks, we are still in contact until now, and we became really good friends. Like, there was the bond that was created there was really strong, because when you spend so much time with the people there, and especially through the work and the common activities, you really create a good bond, and that was amazing. That was also very helpful, because I felt like when I was there, I felt like I belong somewhere, like I'm part of the tribe. Like I really felt like we are together there, and I felt like we were almost like this kind of family, like brothers and sisters. And yeah, it was really amazing. Really amazing. And since then I did few more volunteering projects, and they were all more or less very, very good, and I have very positive memories, and it had very positive effect on me, and it helped me to realize a lot of things about about myself and the system. And I would definitely highly recommend this to anyone who I would just recommend it to anyone, honestly, but especially to people who are struggling right now, and they feel if you feel like you are under a lot of pressure just from the life itself, and you struggle to find any meaning, and I don't know. But yeah, I would definitely recommend this. You can find a lot of places like this all around the world. You have different kind of places. You have farms, you have spiritual retreats, you can work in a hostel, you can help families with their kids, which I wouldn't do. I don't know. But yeah. And it really does something, It really does something to your mental health. It's especially that connection with the people that I was always kind of missing. It really felt like they are like my brothers and sisters, Like we living in this big house, and I have all these siblings that these people were for me, and it was really cool, And yeah, it feels great, And also when you're volunteering and you know that you don't work for survival, it's like you can enjoy the work more when you know it's you don't do it for survival, just you know what I mean. And yeah, so definitely try it. Definitely try to do some volunteering or something like this. Try to live in a community for a while, or maybe there could be people who don't like it, but I don't know. Also, you will realize a lot of things about yourself, It will show you more how you if you are used to, for example, live alone or be always alone most of the time, and here you are mostly always surrounded by some people. It's also interesting, It will show you a lot about yourself. You will find out. I found out a lot of good, and I found out a lot of bad also about myself, Things that I already probably knew always, but now it was more. It goes more out. It goes more out on the surface when you spend so much time with other people. You see yourself how you are actually able to cooperate with the tribe, Which I could see myself that in some ways it was difficult for me, and that I was kind of antisocial, but in other ways I could see myself being actually very social, and how much actually it was good for me, and how much I appreciated to be around people. So yeah, I think in the end it's like kind of like the closest thing, you know, like living in a community or in a project like this. It's like the closest it can get to like being in a tribe, you know. I think this is like a natural way, you know, in a tribe where everyone is supporting each other, you know, and basically the whole tribe is like a one big family. So I feel like some of these volunteering projects were like, especially here in Tenerife, I did one in one hostel, in Hostel La Tortuga, and this is like it's almost like a tribe, I think, and it's very natural for us, and it's fucking awesome. It's freaking awesome, you know. You create friendships for the rest of your life, you know. It's like I probably never connected with any people like that before in my life. Of course, I had friends. I had some relationships before this. Like I wasn't like totally antisocial, even though I was mostly like loner for most of my life. But I always was able to make friends in my workplace or anywhere. But it has never been like this, you know. Like this was way more intense and stronger, the bonds. Even though I knew people like 2 weeks, for example, but I really felt like I know them better than some people that I knew for years in my life, you know, because the relationships get very intimate very fast. This kind of projects, they melt the boundaries, melt the ice, you know, break the ice very fast. You know, if you go for the first time, and you've never done this before, maybe in the beginning you will be a bit shy, but trust me, it's gonna take like 1 or 2 days, and then it will just feel natural, you know. It will just feel natural, and it's amazing. It's like some instinct. It's almost like it's in us, you know, this tribal way of being. It's absolutely. I think that's the future, you know. That's the future that we should move to, not the other way. While I feel like kind of like the new technologies and the new way of life and the system is kind of like separating us and dividing us into these singular cells, you know. I think that we have to go the other way, you know. I hope we will go more like a tribal, neo-tribal way of life, probably, you know. Not communism or Marxism, but more like I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But just like, you know, people together, and it's fucking great, man. More love and compassion, you know. Yep. Yeah, the love and compassion also helped me a lot, because I had some really hard moments there, you know, in these places where I was. And you know, some of the people really showed me so much support and love, even when I was like even when I fucked up something, or I was in like dark places. There was these people. They helped me, and they showed me love and support, and it was almost like life changing for me. It was almost like, yep, I learned how to love myself, and yep. So yeah, guys, I would definitely recommend to anyone. You know, there's a lot of things that I've done, and they had like a positive effect on me in my life, you know. But I wouldn't recommend all of them. But this one thing I would definitely recommend to everyone. Go try to live in a community or in a volunteering project, like somewhere where you are surrounded by people like this and you're with them all the time. It's pretty interesting. Wow, okay, guys. See you later.